All right, today's topic. Let's do this.
Today's topic.
All right, so I've been enjoying this guy's videos. He's become one of my favorites. And I think you, as a super Negro, can greatly appreciate what I'm about to play for you right now.
Are you a virgin?
Yes,
And how old are you?
I'm 21.
Why haven't you done the deed yet?
The key to a strong society is family. And so, in my view, choosing my future husband is like the most important decision I'll ever make. And I'm somebody that I know my heart, and I know that I fall really hard when I meet somebody. So I want to retain some level of objectivity when I'm selecting a future partner.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay? Tell me.
Just because of the accountability of, I know that whenever I fall for someone, I fall for someone hard, big pause. I just need to, clear my head out. I think that was beautiful. I think that objectivity, that person was able to see herself, that self-awareness, that self-reflection. I don't know. I was like, go on.
Can I just say, I like that this is happening on a Redpiller channel. And to be clear, this guy is a Redpiller channel. He's like a regular donator to all of these Redpiller spaces. Because you see the comments, and the comments are glazing. They loving this girl.
Yeah.
Okay? Now just keep that in mind.
And I know that if I had sex with them, I would be completely imprinted on them. And instead of being like, okay, is this person, do they have the qualities that I'm looking for in a husband? Or am I just making it work instead of like seeing red flags and leaving?
Is there any reason why you're dressed so modestly instead of revealing like most women tend to do when they come out to Miami?
I mean, this is just my personal sense of style. I just think it's respectful to others and to my future partner and to myself to just cover myself up more. I know that I, take care of myself. I'm pretty athletic, but I don't need to have that on display.
And then I check out the comments, and I thought it would be fun to just see what the reaction. Everyone's like, yo, what's her at? God bless her. She's the right kind of woman. Nah. And a lot of people were, showing some love. And I thought it was fun. But there's an irony here, because on one hand, here she's talking about like, I'm doing this because I want to respect myself. I understand I'm someone who falls deeply in love, and so I know I won't be able to control myself and see the person objectively, whether or not they're a good partner for me. I'm like, that makes sense. Right? You're saving yourself for your future partner. You want to create families, etc., all that stuff. And then you have these people.
But as a red pill dude, I need to get some whores.
50 women at least. To know whether or not I can find a good one. So you're going to go and turn these women to the exact opposite kind of women that you appreciate. Yeah. You're going to proliferate your shit out there. You're going to become less eligible for marriage or be able to maintain a marriage and keep a family together. And yet it's just that duality never ceases to fascinate me. How they, on one hand, it's like watching, how to explain this? It's like watching Monique eat a Twinkie while she telling me how great it is to be in shape every day, and then also selling courses on how to get Twinkies on sale. And it's just like, okay.
Just like an immigrant voting for Trump.
Like, I understand. No shade to Monique. Shout out to Monique. She's just the first name that came to mind.
Just getting deported.
Yeah.
It's like an immigrant voting for Trump getting deported.
Yeah, but no, because you're here advocating for something, and like you live in a lifestyle, and then also advocating a lifestyle that's completely opposite of the thing that you're saying is worth valuing. It's too weird.
Supporting, not voting, but yeah, supporting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of those things where I'm just like, how do you guys reconcile? And I'd love to hear from the red pill people how they can reconcile telling men they need to get with 50 women, or tell men they need to get laid a lot and they have to learn all this game and turn these women into whatever. But then at the same time, you guys spend all day long in the comment sections like this being like, oh my God, this girl's perfect.
It's a Clayton Bigsby.
Yeah.
It's a Jewish Klansman. Something that's just crazy, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and as far as this view, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think if people want to save themselves and they hold it to them something sacred, and they feel like knowing themselves they can't, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't look at people like that like, oh, you fucking prude or whatever. It might not be for me, but it's for other people, and that's fine. Right? And same token, she probably look at me, she's like, you're not a God-fearing man. I'm like, okay, girl, God bless you,
You're not a God-fearing man?
Yeah. What?
You got that Muslim beard going on, and
he's not even Muslim. This is not Muslim.
Okay.
You think it's Muslim?
I mean, I've seen a lot of Muslim people have that, rock that shit.
No, they have a beard. There's not a beard.
That's the before, like you're getting there. Like as your faith grows, you're gonna get there.
Okay. guy just yapping.
Yes.
Yap.
Most of the time you yap. What the fuck are you talking about?
Star 3000.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Are you done gossiping online for money all day?
Oh my God, no.
Okay, you guys just get up here and you just talk shit about other people and that's how you make all your money? Yes. Are you not tired of being feminine and your feminine energy?
No.
Sassy.
Yes.
Bitch.
Yes.
Bossy. Get it.
What else?
Isn't that a song? I'm sassy. Bossy. I thought that's a song, no? It's one of them bad bitch songs.
Megan Thee Stallion, something like, or something
sassy.
Like that. Yeah.
Bossy. What is it? I feel like you listen to that shit.
No, I don't.
Because I've heard you listen to that, like, she got to name one of the monkey names. Nah, don't do that. Literally, her artist.
Don't do that. You're doing it
the gorilla one. The gorilla one.
Oh, Glorilla.
Okay.
The way you said it.
Because I was saying about it, like, well, that's not crazy.
No, the way you said it was crazy.
Not bad.
The way you said it was crazy.
I know it sounded crazy. I just don't remember her name, but I knew it, like it was the name of the monkey.
Her
name is Glorilla.
I
like,
understand.
How's that racist?
Bro, I understand what you mean.
Okay.
What you said was crazy.
Okay, but now that
we can understand. Yeah. Okay. But the premise of what you said was crazy.
I caught myself. I gave a disclaimer.
I understand.
I did.
But it's still crazy.
You know, I knew it was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen to Glorilla.
Okay,
my
so
girl.
The same group, no?
Yes and no.
Okay. In that same token, there's another interview.
How old are you?
20.
21. How long you been together?
21.
He even said it like that, idiot.
21.
What's 9 plus 10?
21.
You stupid.
9 plus 10.
21. How long you been together?
Yeah, let's go.
How old are you?
20.
21. How long you been together?
5 years.
How long you been together? 5 years? 7. What do you want him to say?
I'm sorry.
What do you want him?
This interviewer is actually fucking stupid. I don't care what nobody says. This man's an actual idiot, bro. Even the guy's like,
you want me to answer that question again?
I swear.
How long you been together? 5 years? 17.
How many kids y'all got together? 2?
5.
Wait, babe, we got 3 more kids.
Yeah, we do.
Do you remember we did that video with the Redpiller meets a normal woman and can't believe it?
Yeah.
And he asked her that question about her partner.
Yeah, she had her baby and she was like, yeah, like we good.
How long you had a man?
5 years.
And how long have you had a baby?
He's almost 2.
Was it with him or with somebody else?
Him.
Are you a cheater?
Okay.
That's what he had.
How long you had a man? 5 years. How old is his baby? 2. With him? No, the man I cheated with him. And I bring this up to say, over time, as I've watched these red pillars, you know what I've come to realize? I think they're a bit socially retarded.
Yes.
Like when I watch Myron type people, when I watch like Walter, when I watch even some of these like red pill coaches, the way that they talk to women on stage versus off stage, the way that they act in public, like you realize like, oh, you guys have like a inability to understand, which is why you can see that they don't have game, because they don't understand basic precepts of like normal interaction with people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if you meet a couple and you're like, how y'all been together? 4 years. Do you have any children? Yes, a 1-year-old. Oh, did you cheat on him to make that baby? You would never ask that. Would you ask that?
No, but the thing that happened is that they're nerds. They're nerds about cosplay. And them saying that is the same thing as, whenever they talk about the red pill things, it's really the same thing as, well, I'm going to talk to you about my level 46 warlock. Some shit that don't exist.
Yeah.
The character that they're trying to portray, okay, so this warlock that's how they talk. They're nerds. They're cosplaying some other shit that don't exist. Yeah. And they talk and they have the same way of doing it. But when you actually talk to her, you talk to them, you're like, you are not a magician. You haven't experienced none of those things.
Are you trying to say that magic isn't real? Is it just because you don't believe it, or you haven't seen evidence of it?
And then when they do that, it's like, oh, it's because he's a, how do they call it in Harry Potter? In French, they say a moldu. But the ones that are not, like, they don't practice, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay. I think it's because your woman has whooped you in a way that you can't tell the truth. Because when you come to Miami, you see the real nature of women. It's not your fault, buddy. Now, let's continue.
And how'd you meet?
We went to school together.
So at 5 years in, why haven't you proposed to her yet?
Cause I'm 19, nigga! Shit! Sorry.
They've been together 5 years. They're like in their early 20s. If you guys want, this is like a real divorce number for you guys.
Not.
Couples who get married incredibly young have like an 80 to 90% divorce rate. It's okay. Like, I'm not someone telling people to get married or not get married. I'm not like these people. But if I meet an 18-year-old couple, I'm like, take your time to get married. That's 100% advice that you can give them because it's reasonable advice and all the numbers bear that out. And it makes sense. You don't even know yourself. Some of y'all end up growing together, like preaching his girl because they met when they was teenagers, but a lot of other people don't. I think it's
man, but it's work. Like, don't act like it's not. It's work.
Yes.
Why haven't you proposed to her yet?
Oh, my fault. Shit. I'm still a young nigga, bro.
The first word in his sentence was shit, and he's not a detective on The Wire.
Bro. And the funny thing is, like, both of these, they look like they super high.
Yes.
They are super high.
Yeah.
And you over here like, yo, you know what? These red pillars are low-key like cock blockers.
You need to put the microphone.
Nah, why the fuck are you putting me on blast in front of my girl? You don't think we haven't heard this bullshit before? Or when you gonna shut your fucking mouth? This dude cock blocking.
God damn.
Could you imagine with your girl you haven't popped the question in been 6 years?
It was always.
Ain't that shit annoying?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. That's why I did some fuck shit on my parents' house.
Oh, what happened? You do?
Yeah. Well, me it was like first it was a propose and everything and stuff, but it was like the kids. When are you gonna have kids and everything and stuff? And I told my mom, I was like, we can't have kids, and she's like, oh shit, my aunt, oh shit, I'm sorry. I was like, no, see that feeling? Yeah, that's the mind your business. You'll know when you'll know. And everybody shut the fuck down, and they don't ask me for shit now.
Good.
So you have to shock them a bit. They're like, oh shit, no, that's not true. Yeah. But mind your business.
I did the same thing with my mom in arranged marriages. Yeah. She kept trying to introduce me to girls. She'd have like her friends come by and I hear that every time I walk in. So I knew like, oh, the birds are in town.
No,
so because like when
it's a surprise meeting on top of that.
Yeah, she do.
Oh hell no!
Oh yeah, I embarrassed her in front of her friends.
What? Oh, I know you did. Good.
I did. I embarrassed her in front of her friends.
What did you say?
Oh, I became a super Negro. I became a super Negro.
What did you do?
I was like, hey, what up, Ma? She immediately, because I don't talk like that normally. Normally when I'm around Ma. What up, Ma? What's good? Hey, yo.
Would you?
Yo, you good? Mind you, these are ladies in their late 50s. They're confused. So I'll tell you how their hand goes up. Their hand went up like this, because normally it's like, or you hug, but generally if it's just like, mwah, mwah. Hey, you good? I looked at my mom like, hey, good, nice, you good? Okay. I went up. I'm like, hey, oh, what's up? You cool? Okay, I'm going upstairs.
Biting your lips and shit, looking at the girl.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah, don't pull that shit with me.
I ain't mad at that,
Don't pull that shit with me. And I'd warned her. I said, I will embarrass you. Don't do it. Because she'd already done it once before and I was respectful that time.
But that's how...
She tested me. I said, okay. I put a boundary. You a habitual line stepper?
I will fuck you up on your... Yeah, but that's the thing. When you set a boundary, this is a whole other video, but when you set a boundary and motherfucker cross it, oh my God, nuclear. So you just went upstairs and then that's it?
Oh,
they left?
My mom was super embarrassed. She never brought it up again. Ever.
You bring it up.
No, I don't even bring it up. Listen, when you win, you give the loser some grace, right? This is something you learn from war. After you defeat a nation, you don't put it over their head. They've already lost everything. So you just let it go.
You saying that?
Yeah.
Okay, fresh and fit.
Oh, there's more for them to win. Oh, there's more. There's more. Are we winning? Yes. Are they shrinking? Yes. Can it be more? Absolutely. And if you agree, leave a like on this video.
I ain't trying to get married and shit. So. We got a baby though.
So you have a kid together?
2.
2 kids.
Never mind on the too young thing. Because if you're too young to marry and you got 2 kids at 21, that's...
Hey, listen.
Life, though.
At least they together.
Yeah.
At least.
2.
2 kids. Kids managed to calm...
2 kids.
I hate this guy. He be asking a stupid question.
So how do kids manage to calm before the wedding ring?
You know, accidents happen.
Well, actually, the kids pause. Well, the kids didn't come after the wedding ring. I did.
You know, accidents happen.
So you don't believe in marriage?
Oh no, I do.
Who said that?
You did.
I didn't say I don't believe in marriage.
So you don't want to get married.
Oh my God, this guy is
This
dumb
guy's
as well.
he's stupid. Listen,
Antagonizing.
is it irresponsible of them to have kids outside? Sure, fine. Like some people are
Antagonizing.
stronger about it. These are obviously a young couple. They've been sleeping together since they were young, and they end up having kids. Listen, at least they together. You know, they got 2 kids. They sticking it out. Shout outs to them, because I know a lot of young couples that would have never happened. So you give them at least some credit. You know, what I like all these people in their 30s and 40s in the comments being like, so you're not ready to get married, but you doing adult things. It's like, yeah, that's plenty of people. Plenty of people are not ready for marriage, but they're still doing adult things. They paying taxes, they going to war, they shooting guns, they doing a bunch of adult things. Kids, like, you know, whether you like to admit it or not, people are having sex all the time, and they doing it without condoms. They don't actually understand the consequences of it, or they're not thinking about it, they acting recklessly. And most of us do it all the time. People do it, they put Plan Bs, they put birth control, they like pull out method, whatever the fuck it is. Pretending like kids don't happen out of wedlock all the time with people much older. It's like, come on, bro. So yeah, young people getting it on. Thinking that just because they've done that decision, all of a sudden they have to get married. Marriage is not just something you do. It's a lifelong commitment. Do you really think that an 18 or a 19-year-old is ready for a lifelong commitment of labor? They don't even understand what that really means. And also, let's be honest. All these people judging him for not being married, you haven't exactly gone through the lengths of making marriage appealing to young people. Literally, I go online every day and it's just people saying marriage is fucking horrible for men. Oh, marriage is this, marriage is that. Isn't that what everyone spends time online saying?
But I ain't mad at them. Just look. You don't have to look online. Look at history. Look at how it goes down. Look at what you hear.
What do you mean?
The richest woman in the world got rich because she got divorced. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You gotta give your money, you gotta give your stuff and stuff like that. They're always saying that men make most, one man makes most. Yeah, but that's the reason why we give half of shit. You know what I mean? It doesn't look appealing. Without even doing no research, it don't look so appealing.
I would disagree. I think when I was growing up, you had one end of the spectrum, which was all hyper romantic. It's the happily ever after. You grow old together. It's beautiful. Now it's the complete opposite. Yeah, it's always doom and gloom. But the reality is somewhere in the middle, where it's like, you know what? Yes, there's the downside, but all we see now is the downside.
Because the thing that happened is that when we was growing up, when we was kids and everything and stuff, we saw the cute stories of happily ever after. That's what they were saying in the stories. We didn't read the news. Now we older, we see the news, and what's in the news is a little balance of that. Like
it's not balanced. You think it's balanced?
I'm not saying balance, but it's like there's a shift. There's the other side.
Okay,
I'm not saying
okay. My bad. I understand what you're saying. No,
there's like the pendulum, should I say? You know what I mean? So when you was kid, you're not watching the news. You're not in adult stuff like that. But everything that they're force feeding you, Barbie, Disney movies, Pixar movies, is the happily ever after, and everything is great. You just see that. Whoa. You grow up and it's fine. It's not a problem. It's not. You don't see the opposite. So you think that it was all rose and gold and everything was all great and everything was glittery. You grow up, you watch the news, you just go on the internet, you just scroll your story and everything. You see another side, another story that is not necessarily representative of what the reality is, but you see a different thing. So you might think, man, it was way better when I was growing up. No, when you was a kid, you didn't have access to all that other shit.
I mean, I think I disagree a little bit because we all grew up around parents who were divorced. So even if we didn't have it in the media, we saw it in our lives. Everyone I grew up with knows parents who are divorced. I would say over half of them grew up to parents who weren't together. So saying we didn't know the reality, we did. Mm-hmm. I saw it all the time. Literally, I would say more than half of my friends had grown up in a divorced household, and the other half were in a marriage.
Right, but you had the perspective of the kid, and not oftentimes you heard like the financial thing that would happen between the parents, or the bullshit that was happening with the parents. Sometimes you would because of the parents were just reckless with their shit or trying to weaponize that thing with their kids and talking to the kids about grown up stuff. But most of the time you wouldn't hear about it. Yeah, your friend's parents were divorced. They were 1 week here, another week there. But to understand the financial struggle and what it entails of losing your house and losing your shit, and what you understand that way later, not when you're a kid,
sure,
not when you're growing up. So you think everything is all right until you realize you grow up and you're like, God damn, it's not cute. It's really far from the Disney movies. It's really far from all of that shit. I knew it was happening. I knew people were getting divorced, but When you get older, you understand him. When you get your first paycheck and then all them taxes are off, you understand all of that. And then you see it in a man, you're like, God damn, okay, it's really not cute. You just really didn't understand what you was.
I would say it's not cute. You're saying divorce is not cute.
Right, this voice is not
okay,
cute.
my bad. Okay,
yes.
I would agree with that statement. But again, it's one of the things where nowadays that's all these kids see online. So these kids are growing up in this era where they have the opposite experience of us.
Sure.
They grow up in the era where it's just people complaining.
Yes, exactly.
And it's only that. Because at the end of the day,
yeah.
if you got a decent marriage, you're probably not on social media making content about it like 24/7 the way unhappy people are or the way upset people are because they have like an internal motivation to be up there complaining. Mm-hmm. So it's just one of them situations where it's like older gentlemen are getting mad at them, but how many of these older gentlemen spend any time online speaking about the positives of marriage?
Fair.
How many older women are speaking about the positive? No, because most of the people who are happy in minding their business. They with their families. They with the motherfuckers who got time to be on social media are generally the single people.
The one that are divorced.
I'm being honest with you. Like you notice that trend because like when I talk to my friends who are married or who are in like these long relationships they've been in for a long time, they don't be in these comment sections all day long like this shit. Like I ask them about their social media presence. Most of it's minimal.
Yeah.
Now this is anecdotal, but this has been my experience. It feels like when I ask them about it, they're like, I'm not really plugged into that stuff. They don't know about the red pill stuff. They don't know about all this other shit that's happening.
No, they don't. Most of them, the people that are in real life,
yes,
they're like, what? People think like that?
Yeah.
Well, people that are online and go out on the weekends, they think like that. Oh, what?
I'll say really basic relationship stuff, and niggas online will argue like I just asked them to sell a limb.
C'est vraiment ça.
And I'm like,
c'est tellement ça.
I'm like, yo, sometimes when your girl comes to you with a problem, she just want to vent. She don't want to, yo, that's not my problem. Go see a therapist. Go talk to your friends. It's like, the nigga, why are you in a relationship? Die alone. I hope you do. You sound miserable. It's like, someone said, I'm not an emotional sponge. I didn't ask you to be an emotional sponge, but if that's your friend or if that's your partner, yeah, listen to them when they're having a hard time. You're not just supposed to fix their problems. Sometimes they want to be seen or heard. Nah. And I'm like, oh my God, you niggas online just sound miserable. Like genuinely, like the more time I spend in these spaces, I'm like, y'all niggas just sound so goddamn whiny.
There's some shit I have to vent, but I only vent to my girl because that's their upper alley. You just want to listen to me to that.
If you're not your emotional sponge, go see your therapist, nigga.
Well, also, I'm doing gay shit with her, so I'm
allowed. I mean, and why don't you go do some straight shit and go see a therapist?
Why would I do that?
Because she don't deserve that emotional.
Nah, I'd rather do gay shit.
I think like online specifically, I think it's become a big place for people to do like this whole like woe is me act all the time. Mm-hmm. I was just like, is there no balance to it, motherfuckers? Like, yeah, okay, there's female entitlement, but like, do you guys not see that like sometimes y'all don't want to do some of the labor that's necessary? No? Y'all can't see both sides of it. It's just, oh no, modern women are the problem. It's nothing to do with modern men at all. Okay, marriage is the problem, but it's not to do with how y'all talk about it or the fact that y'all don't have good examples around you. Like, I don't know. To me, it's one of them situations where I can acknowledge, like, yes, there are risks with marriage. Okay, cool. What are the upsides? Do you guys ever discuss that? No, there's never a discussion about that. The only discussion they'll have about marriage is you might lose half your shit. Mm-hmm. You might have to pay child support, or if you have a kid with them, very like your kids. It's like, okay. But what are the upsides? You guys ever talk about that? Do you ever talk about the life expectancy of men who are married is like 3 times higher or twice as high than the one who aren't? Do you guys ever talk about the fact that divorced men, vast majority of them want to get remarried and they don't regret it? Do you guys ever talk about these actual stats that exist? No? So we're only going to talk about the stats that reinforce what you say. There's no balance to it. And that's why I realize even people who come to our channel, they come to hear what they want that reinforces their worldview. Yeah. Anything against that, you simp. So, for example, when we did content and we said, yo, women be fucking up in this area, niggas love that shit. Yeah. Then you do the opposite end.
Then we're simping.
So now you're simping. It's like, oh, okay, so what, niggas is perfect? You can't acknowledge the fact that men have some deficiencies and some of it they have to be accountable for? No. So I guess what I'm saying is when they're coming at this young man and they're being like, how come you not married this and that shit? It's like, bro, he's 21.
He's 21, man.
Y'all have never made marriage seem appealing to him.
What's easier, plan a marriage or put a dick in a bitch? Come on now, B. It's like, come on now.
And look, I'm not saying that he shouldn't think about making that kind of commitment, but let him get there on his own time. Life came at him fast. He's not even finished college by the age that he's at. He got 2 kids and he got a full-time relationship. At 21, I'll be honest with you, I don't think I could have managed.
I'm
2 kids?
2 kids is crazy, but
been with her since he's 16?
If I got 2 kids,
yeah,
I'm definitely not thinking about marriage. If I did the deed with my girl, kids, I'm not thinking about, oh, well, now I have to get married. No.
Yeah.
No, and we're not in medieval times. I don't have to marry her or else my head's going to get chopped off. You know what I mean? I don't have to do it, so I'm just going to take care of my kids.
Also, how do you even do the whole wedding thing? Like, think about it. You probably barely making enough money with your minimum wage income at 21, that whatever you're making. How you going to be able to set up the marriage and do it properly and have the families come together financially?
Also, why? Take care of your kids.
Exactly.
I'd rather you stay together, you take care of your kids, than you do some dumb shit with a marriage that's gonna last one day.
Thanks.
Take that money, put it somewhere else. Chill. Take some break. Have your parents babysit the kids, and then after that, you go and you get high. Then you get high with your kid. No, you just do your thing. Have a little moment for yourselves, and go back. I'd rather you guys do that. You know. Like you said, shit happen, accident happens.
I also hate
the most of it.
I also hate the fact that people are more focused on whether or not they're married rather than, hey, are you doing your labor every day to be a committed father and a committed partner? You know, it's more about, did you make the public vows, or are you taking the decisions every day to be good? Like, people, I just think it's interesting. It's like, have you put the ring on it? That's the question they ask, but they don't ask the other stuff.
If it's like that, then your marriage is performative. There's no reason for that. It's like, well, you should be married because it's performative. It's for y'all motherfuckers to shut up. And I would not do some shit for motherfuckers online.
No.
Sorry.
Oh,
but no.
Even the people in person trying to pressure you to get married, like, you shouldn't do it for them either.
Amen.
You shouldn't do it for them either.
Amen.
I think it's such a backwards aspect of society where we're always focused on that. And then niggas get married, they don't do the labor that they're supposed to, and people are like, oh, it's so tragic, marriage is broken. It's like, no, y'all be pushing people to get married, not making them understand what it means.
Not for the right
Not
reasons.
asking them the right questions in regards to, like, what they supposed to do within that confines of that marriage.
100%.
So that's just also another aspect of it that's super backwards to me. Everything is about the title. I'm not saying titles don't have meaning. I'm not saying they don't matter at all. I'm just saying it's interesting that it's just on the title and not the function of what that titles represent. Like, who cares if you call me a manager? Do I do a good job in managing other people? That's more important than whatever title. I could do the job without the title.
Exactement.
So, titles are cool. It's fine. Ask them also about other things, but nobody does that.
Titles are cool, but you have to do the job. You have to do the job that goes with a title.
Yeah.
Or else, what you call a manager at your job that don't do a managing job? That jackass.
Yeah.
Ayo. You call them a whole bunch of names.
Yep.
But it's titled, right? Same thing. Come on now, B.
But anyways, this turned into an interesting discussion.
Yeah, but
I wasn't surprised. I was surprised. But you raised some good points in regards to the whole divorce thing and how we viewed it as kids. It's true that the whole financial aspect I never thought about. But I do feel like, okay.
They're the opposite, that's for sure. Because they have access to weight.
From the kid's perspective, the financial money just doesn't matter when you're a child. So you don't even think about that. And you don't think about it on the other side too. You don't think you're getting married, you're going to get rich. So you're not thinking about money. But the emotional toll and the aspect that it takes on people, that you see from a young age.
Yeah, you see that.
Yeah, you see the dark and the good. You see the what the effects divorce has on kids, because you hear the kids talk to you.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, and it's like, oh, my mom's not right. Like, you see that shit. That's very apparent. But the financial aspect, like, when we were kids, we didn't think about, like, gold and all this other stuff.
No, but then again, even with the
it was about love.
Even with the emotional stuff, you understand it's bad, but you don't have enough to understand how bad it is. I think that there's still, you can understand it's pretty bad. People, we don't like people that are sad. When you get older, you understand the why and how deep it is.
Sure, I'd agree with you. You don't understand the whys, but I think you understand the depth.
Sure,
because in my experience,
I wouldn't understand the depth. But yeah,
in my experience, I feel like kids are they're sponges. They take in more than anyone gives them credit for. So you know certain things not to talk about.
Sure.
You know certain things to avoid. You can kind of feel it. So, but maybe I'm overestimating them. But let us know what y'all think in the comments.